And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to Power Rangers.
Another episode of the Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. For Black History Month, we have been looking at movies with black superheroes. For the first week of this month, we looked at Blade, which is a truly awesome movie and truly the beginning of Marvel's dominance in that theater. Today, we're looking at a movie that is not so much that. Next week, we'll be looking at Black Panther. We'll be doing a great event with that. What's going to be happening is we're going to be, KFH Party EZ. I always leave out the party part. So I put the party part back in there where it belongs. So that way, I cannot have my account deducted. So anyway, we will be, they will be hosting a party, and Color Commentary will be there in effect talking about Black Panther. It's going to be a live show. So we hope that you guys will come in and check us out, and make sure you come to the event. And on the fourth week, we will still looking at going to do either Blank Man, or obviously Black Man as well. Every single one is going to be Black Man, but it'll be Blank Man or Hancock. It looks like at this point, it's going to be pretty clear that we're going to be doing Hancock. However, you never know. Tory wants to do Blank Man, so he may come through with some Patriots cheating going on and come back and switch things up. I guess we will see what happens. But it's on you, the viewer, to determine which one we're going to do. Today, we're going to be talking about Spawn, which was an excellent movie. At least I thought so in the 90s. It is not the 90s. Time has changed. Movies have gotten a lot better, and this movie has not endured. I am wearing black and red today in honor of Spawn. Boom. I also have these Skittles in honor of Spawn as well. You can see the front so we can get the sponsorship. And this charger here for red for Spawn. I also have this baking soda here for Spawn. And lastly, this Coke Zero, red and black. It's a taste the kids have grown to love. They're great. It's a double sponsorship right there. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and hear a word from our other host. Charlie, because he does not care about Spawn, is obviously rocking the Charlotte Hornets over there. What's going on with you there, sir?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was a little tired today, so I had to get some rest. But Spawn, it's not gonna be pretty for you today. It's not gonna be pretty. So I don't want to get into it now, but I have some gripes about that movie. But other than that, it's been good. We had a great walkthrough with our Black Panther red carpet premiere show on next Friday. It's gonna be epic. So we got to see the venue, and everybody got to do our test runs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a great time. So please, if you don't have tickets, I don't know if we got any more left. We might have like 2 or 3, but you can check the site on Eventbrite. Check our group page, Black Panther African Attire Red Carpet Experience. You can check that out there. Other than that, watch us live when we go live on our YouTube page and on Facebook Live. And leave comments and subscribe to survive. All right. Yeah, that's about all I got today.
Charlie, you sound a little tired over there, man. Did you have some ribs today, man? Did something gotta drag it a little bit over there?
I think I went to Golden Corral last night after we did the show, and it is. It's still affecting me now. I haven't been to Golden Corral in probably 4 months. So my body's not handling it great. It still has the itis today. So we'll see how it goes.
There's something about Golden Corral because they have so many different things. You go up and get one plate. You're like, okay, well, I still wanted to get that fried chicken up there and those shrimp, and I probably got some room for that meatloaf.
Yeah.
And I gotta have some vegetables here. So I gotta have some onion rings. So let me keep going. You just keep coming. You just keep going back. We've all felt Golden Corral. On the other hand, we have Mr. Danny Quick here, who dislikes Spawn so much that he went through the entire effort of creating his own superhero Mr. Danny Quick, what you got to say?
What's up, everybody? You know how I do. It's your boy Danny J. Quick. I guess I'm gonna have to defend Spawn today. I mean, I didn't like the movie all that much, but
Oh, come on.
I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to defend the movie. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Y'all are talking like it was the worst movie ever made. It clearly wasn't. So I guess I'll be defending Spawn today. Okay, let's do it.
And what are you rocking over there? Because I swear, I feel like I can only move you forward, left, right, and back here. So what is it that you are repping?
You know, we got our King Supreme book coming up soon, so I'm rocking the crown, King Supreme's crown, for the next couple of weeks, trying to promote that. I got the Fairy Tale Nights on because we're working with Wally McNair, who's a fantastic artist from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's going to be working on the King Supreme project with us, so I'm rocking this as often as possible. I will be wearing it to the Black Panther premiere on Friday also. So just let y'all know it's going down.
Throw some bling on it.
In your face, Black Panther. Nice, man. And as I understand that you will be there at the event providing some of your comic books as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll have some Ace Blade comic books, some prints, some posters, good stuff.
Nice. Let's get into this a little bit. Just to give you a little information about this movie here, Spawn was the second film to feature an African American as the lead comic book solo hero. The first movie was Steel. So, we have come a long way, starting with Steel. Woo! Oh, I didn't even realize that Steel was coming from the I know they got to get your step in there because we come a long way, baby. We came a long way. Woo! Let me get some organ in here real quick. Steel actually is based off of the Death of Superman comic book, which came out in the 90s, which I didn't realize initially. And we went from there to Spawn, and now to Blade, which came out, and then on from there. Last thing, one other interesting fact: one of my favorite actors of all time is in this movie. Frank Welker. He plays Mel Bogia. He's one of my favorite actors because he's done so many things. If you grew up with the Transformers cartoon, he was Megatron, he was Soundwave, he was all the animals like Ravage and Laserbeak. If you saw Inspector Gadget, he was Dr. Claw, he was Mad Cat. If you saw Scooby-Doo, he was Shaggy, he was Scooby. In the new Transformers movies, he was Soundwave. The later Transformers movies, he was Megatron. We all know he wasn't Megatron initially, but this dude has so many acting credits, so it was just amazing. I love seeing him because he's just so talented. He can change his voice so many times. So let's talk about what else we liked about this movie. So Charlotte, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you liked about this movie, because we know Dan's gonna go a long time. All right, that's what Charlie liked. Danny, what do you think?
Hold on, I got one thing. I like the makeup that they did on the actors. The makeup artists, whoever was doing that, they did a really good job. That was the highlight to me of the film. I was like, okay, that really looks like he got burnt up. Like his skin looks like they did a good job with making him look pretty messed up looking. Not this. Well, we don't want to go into things I don't like, but the actual makeup on the characters, I think that worked out. They did the best they could do on that. So looks like they put some effort in that. But other than that, yeah, it's a big no. I don't really think I liked anything else about it.
Surely you liked something else about the movie. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't like it, but it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's hard for me. Some of the actors were okay. The clown, I did like the clown. I thought he was pretty funny. His transformation portion was a little weird, but him just adding that comedy feature kind of reminded me of It a little bit. How stupid the clown was, but he's like scary as well. So him popping in and out of scenes or being people that he's taking over people's body and being somebody else, then transforms back into the clown, does stupid stuff. That was pretty good. I like him. I like that part. But other than that, I really did not like this movie at all.
Complete waste of your life.
Yes. My
Basically, if your
opinion.
kids are misbehaving, you're going to make them watch this movie. It's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah, this will be torment.
Danny, what you got to say about this movie, man?
From a okay, so the that's the one practical effect that I didn't like. I liked the practical effects that were done. The spawn suit, kind of looked like ectoplasm, or what you would imagine ectoplasm would look like. When they did the practical effects, not when they were doing the CGI. That junk was, not great. Here in 2018, but I liked everything that had to do with John Leguizamo. The clown, he was the best part of the movie to me. Every scene that he was in, well, not every scene that he was in, but he was the best part of every scene that he was in. And then everything that had to do with the cape, the Spawn cape, I still like the look of that, even though you could tell that it was CGI. You can tell that it wasn't great, but it was still epic. The look of it, when he was doing his poses and when he was flying and using it in different ways. All of that I liked. Those were the highlights of the movie for me, and I was actually interested in the movie because I hadn't seen it since it came out. Since I watched it when it came out, I haven't seen it since then. So just the actual movie, kept me interested all the way up until almost the end. When the dude when they did the whole final fight scene, that was just horrible. But I was interested in the movie all the way up until then. And then in that last 20 minutes, I was just like, okay, let's just go to the credits. But we'll get to what about you, Ashad? Did you like anything about the movie?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't hate the movie, and I liked it a whole lot more in the past. And I can definitely say that I am a victim of SNIOP, which those guys those y'all who know about Amway, they used to talk about being SNIOP, which is susceptible to negative influences of other people. I know that over the course of the years, I've heard so much that the movie is not so great, and so I feel like that it has affected me to some extent. I didn't completely hate the movie, but there were some things that I really didn't like. But there were some things that I really did like. Like I think both of you guys said, or at least Charlie said, I liked the clown, man. The clown was hilarious. John Leguizamo, he did a fantastic job with that. And I hate that in his career, I don't think he's had the opportunity to really play a lot of comedic characters because he's a comedian. He's actually funny. Like some of his lines where he farts twice in a row, and he's like twins. That was just crazy to me.
Yeah, that was
When he grabbed the maggot riddled pizza and was like, I hate anchovies. I mean, that was just, that was funny, man. Some of the other things I like when Priest, which was the female assassin, tried to kick Spawn in his jump, and his belt came
You
out
like
and bit her in the leg. I was
That was
like,
stupid.
bro, where can I buy a belt like that? Like, I gotta have that jump protecting belt. That's got to be on Amway on Amazon somewhere. The costume is awesome. Just in general, like everything of the white hair, the green eyes, and that cape, man. When I saw Spawn, I actually got a poster of Spawn I had in my dorm room at Hampton and had it right behind me for years. It was hilarious because my roommate was on the other side of the bed and he would look up and wake up to Spawn every day. And he's like, dude, like I don't like that, man. That's fucking scary. But the overall look of Spawn is great to me. The cape is awesome. And I like his powers, to be able to shoot the chains at people, and his cape can turn him invisible and can turn into things that protect him. It's just the concept of him. And lastly, I got to give some credit to Tom McFarlane for actually creating this character. This character actually comes from Image comic books, so it's not DC or Marvel. And at the time, I think it was the #1 comic book in the world when Spawn initially came out. And he could have chose for this character to be anybody. He could have chosen for him to be a white male, just like almost every other superhero out there. But instead, he wanted to do something. He purposely made Spawn a black male. And it's not like Blade. Like Blade was an awesome movie, but Blade was a character that almost nobody knew about. He had no following whatsoever. Versus this, Spawn was the flagship character of Image comic books. So to choose a black male I thought that I was very commendable for him to do that. So some of the stuff I did like, but let's talk about what we didn't like. So
No,
we'll go back
before
to
we go on,
go
before
ahead.
we go on to the dislikes, I do want to point out that when this movie came out, your boy Siskel and Ebert, or I think one of them two, I remember gave the movie a 4 out of 5, 3.5 out of 4 stars. So
Right.
that goes to show you they don't always know what they're talking about, because this movie was not a 3.5 out of 4 stars.
They
It was
got
not.
paid for those answers. That was some hush hush money under the table.
Yeah.
I think one of them passed away shortly after that. So what did you dislike about this movie, Daddy?
My dislikes were everything else, man. Just but everything besides the cape and John Leguizamo, I did not like. We're talking about, Black History Month and black characters. The guy, dang, what's his name? I can't even remember his name now. The guy who played Spawn. Dang, what is his name?
Michael J. White.
He was only Michael J. White was only. I mean, he was only really a black guy for the first 10 minutes of the movie. So it's like, and then the rest of the time he was covered with the prosthetic. So I mean, the acting was just so ridiculous. The technology that they were using was just so dated. I mean, like watching it in 2018. I mean, the guy had like a touchscreen computer, but it was clearly not touchscreen. Like he hit the screen and it was like, but it wasn't.
What was that sound again? How did it go again?
He said, he hit the screen and the video thing popped up. And I'm like, you don't even have a camera on that computer. How are you talking to her on webcam? You don't even have one. But it was, just the plot of it was crazy. Then, I mean, like I said, it was all over the place. The movie was not great. Watching it in 2018, it wasn't great. But I can imagine me, 20 years ago watching it and thinking it was the best thing ever. So,
All right. What about you, Charlie? We'll go. Everybody go ahead and set your clocks here, because it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be some time of your life here.
What I didn't like. I mean, I'm gonna do a whole show about what I didn't like. But I guess let me just paint the picture. This came out right after Batman Forever, or what's that, third Batman? It's like right after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we gotta. I guess we kind of have.
It was
to think,
already a dark
this is
period
what
for
comic
comics.
book movies were made like. But just going into this movie, man, like the plot was so like the bad guy plot was like stupid to me. I'm like, why do you work so hard to make the end of the world? Like the guy has a trigger in his body, and you just want to make some big elaborate story that somebody else kills him to start the apocalypse when you can just kill him yourself. Like, what is stopping you from taking him out? Why do you need him to do this? And then by the end of the movie, it doesn't even make any sense, because he can just go in his body and just break the little machine that was on his heart.
He literally did open heart surgery. He did
open heart surgery. His eyeballs. I'm like,
his eyeball.
And then can we get on the devil? Can we get on the devil, man? I'm like, what is that? A hyena rat mutated? What was that?
It was Master Splinter. Wait, it was Master Splinter.
I would laugh so hard looking at that thing talk, and it would talk like that, and then like 15 sentences would come out of his mouth, and then the mouth would go back up. I'm like, oh my gosh, they really did not. They didn't try on this at all. They didn't try.
And all the mini spawns, did you see like all the mini spawns down there? Like everything was a copy of Spawn. Like it wasn't people. It was just copies of Spawn all down there, the army.
It was so horrible. I was like, this is so bad. It's so bad. I think Power Rangers look more realistic than this. It's just like seeing the Power Ranger Zords fight in the little paper cities. Like that was more. They should have went down that road. That road with this movie. This was so bad. So those and just the way they told the story, it was so confusing. It was like, I mean, the what's this little training guy? His
the Violator.
What's his name?
The clown, the violator,
No, the
the white
knight
dude,
guy. Yeah.
Castiagro, Castiagro,
Okay. Yeah.
Castiagro,
Yeah. Him.
the
his,
white dude.
his Yoda training for like 2 seconds,
Hmm.
and then dude goes fights everybody like right after he just taught him how to shoot a chain out of his body.
You gotta
Hmm.
concentrate.
He says, "Oh yeah, don't use your power so much you may drain and die." I'm like, what? When
Exactly.
did this happen? He
He
can
just
die if he uses
told him.
power too much.
He had just told
I'm
him
like,
not to take the guns. He said, "Don't take the guns," and then he said, "Well, don't use the powers." What? Why?
I'm like, why did I just shoot with guns then? Oh my goodness, those.
That's funny.
I don't want to go into too much, but that's just a portion of me just like, why? Why is this even in here? What was the point of this? I mean, and oh yeah, and one last thing. The 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 devil or the hyena devil, whatever it is, tells him if he doesn't do that, he's going to die. Like he's already basically dead. He's in
Uh,
hell. What is the big problem? I'm gonna go into a worse hell.
right.
I mean, he was gonna say, "I'm gonna kill your family" or something, or "I'm gonna take your soul of your
Uh,
daughter." Like if they were gonna go like scary, like, "Oh, I gotta go do something for this dude," but I mean, he didn't do
mhm.
anything, and he gave him all the power to beat him. Why is the devil always giving somebody power to beat him? He's
Uh,
stupid. The dumbest thing. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead, Rashad. You tell me what you disliked about this movie.
Real quick, Daddy mentioned open heart surgery vision. He got open heart. That's one of his powers is the open heart surgery vision. Shout out to Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, the first the first successful open heart surgery performed by a black man. Happy Black History Month. That's right. Subscribe to survive. Um,
Shout out to Ben
I
Carson
feel like
too. Are
what's that
are we
now?
not shouting out Ben Carson? Are we not shouting out Ben
No, we're
Carson
not.
now?
No,
Oh, okay, never
not
mind.
anymore.
Cut that. Edit that one
So
out.
I think this movie is truly a victim of the time period that it was in because there was a time period where either you saw a movie that had good acting in it and lots of really cool things, or you saw, I mean, good acting and good story, or you saw a movie with good graphics and it was from a comic book, and those movies just didn't come together. Like you would just, we don't know how good we have it now, where you can actually go to a movie and see good acting, believable story, and great sci-fi. Like it's an amazing time that we live in now. And this movie was not that at all. I felt like the acting was just really horrible in this movie. Sometimes the movies are a victim of the directing, and in this case, it was a victim of the acting. Like Michael Jai White, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name of the main nemesis guy. That acting is horrible to me. It's a very one dimensional. It's like Michael J. White all the time is like, I'm getting up in the morning, and I'm about to brush my teeth, and I'm about to take a crap. It's gonna be a number two. Yeah. I mean, it's like he's got no range at all. Like, like give me some type of personality. If you look at Blade, even though Wesley Snipes played him kind of the same every time, it was still a much more interesting character to look at. The other thing, we talked about the special effects, and you said they didn't try. Actually, that's not the case at all. The special effects, most of them were done by Industrial Light and Magic, which was one of the major companies that does that type of stuff. And a significant portion of the budget for this movie went to graphics. It was a fail though. It's like they just weren't ready. They really should have done more practical stuff because like the two farts, like I thought it was funny that he said, twins, but they were the most horrendous looking graphically designed farts ever. Hale looked terrible. Mel Bogia, like I guess they didn't have enough money to make his mouth move, so they just held his mouth open. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, like how much is that going to cost? Another $60 million? Okay, just make his mouth stay open, and he's talking. They'll be okay. All right, and of course there was some that don't make no sense scenes in this movie. Goodness. Okay, real quick here. All right, Al Simmons, that's the name of the of Spawn. He shows up to his old house, right? He's laying on the ground. He calls out to his daughter, and then his wife comes out, and he says, Wanda. And Wanda's like, hey, get out of here. And she calls her husband, Terry, and makes him leave. And then after he leaves, he's like, he knew my name. Well, wait a second. If a random homeless guy knows my name, I would at least want to know, why do you know my name? Like, who the heck are you? Like, maybe you're somebody that I know. It just seemed weird that she would mention that after he left, because if she had given him half a second, like, hey, how do you know my name? He could have said, I'm Al. You know, you're dead. Look at me. I am dead. And that would have been the end of the movie, right? Like, oh, you're Al. You know, you're my husband back. But no, she's like, get the heck out of here. That just didn't make no sense to me.
And then he never revealed that it was him at the end. Like, I was hoping that the new husband was gonna at least say, this is Al, you know, this is your husband at the end of the movie, and they never did it. Like, he doing all of this just to be around her. Yeah.
He didn't want that competition.
No. You know, he looked like salami rounded up.
That's just your baby daddy right there. Okay, what the heck is A6? Like, if you watch, this is something that you had to actually be watching for. Okay, there's a ton of badging for A6. Like when the main bad guy starts talking, when it shows up to his base, it says A6 there. It says A6 on the tank. When Terry Fitzgerald is talking, it says right above him, it says he is the spokesperson for A6. But when he talks, he says, yes, so the CIA is blah, 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 blah. Wait. The CIA, are you A6 or the CIA? It's like they weren't sure which organization that they were, because they never said CIA. And if you look it up on Wikipedia, it says that Spawn worked for the CIA, but it doesn't say CIA anywhere. It says A6. That just didn't make no sense. That was just bad storytelling there. Let me see here. When he camouflaged himself, I thought that was cool that he camouflaged himself. Why didn't he just like hang out there? Like, for a while.
Yes, I was wondering that myself. Like, you're on the side of the building, just stay hidden. Why are your power is drained or something?
Right, he could die.
Beam?
He's like, oh, it's been 30 seconds. Let me go ahead and they must be gone by now. Like, dude, like, and then the last thing, this just didn't make no sense at all. Okay, so Priest is the female assassin again. Okay, so she's, you know, after she got her kick blocked by the nut protecting belt, she takes an automatic machine gun to the body and falls 20 feet in the ground. And her injury, she's got one
shot in the head.
One shot in the head. Like, y'all just don't understand how machine guns work, huh?
Oh, real quick, did you hear what the dude, the guy that looked at her body, he was like, "Oh, shot to the head, she's dead." I don't hear too long.
He didn't check nothing. She's dead. Oh, she's dead, I guess.
I was like, what? Who wrote that?
I was thinking that they were going to use. I mean, they were talking about doing a second movie, so I was thinking maybe they must have been thinking about bringing her back, because when they put her in the gurney, like, it was all this ice and smoke around her, like they were trying to preserve her body or something like that. So they might have been trying to use her again, but you know, that second movie was destined to fail also. So I'm glad they didn't do it.
You could definitely tell that there was going to be a second. There was going to be a second movie, because it's actually something I mentioned, because it's very clear when you watch the movie. When you first cut to the dress scene, there's a lady walking, and it very clearly shows her. She's like the only one that's in the screen, and she's wearing green with like a white diamond on her chest. And I'm like, is this the Green Power Ranger? Like, I had that on my that don't make no sense type of thing. But I realized that she was nobody. Like, okay, this person was just nobody. It's just a person that showed up that had on green and white for some reason, and they just chose to film her. But if you look into it, she's some character. I don't know who she was, but you could tell that she was going to be somebody in the next movie. So just didn't work out. Sorry, Spawn, but we got Blade at least, and so all of our hopes and dreams, you know, we're not completely destroyed, and now we're going to have Black Panther to make up for it, and we will be able to rid ourselves of Steel and at least half of Spawn, 75%, 78% of Spawn we can get rid of and just live happily ever after. So let's go ahead and get the closing thoughts on this. Danny, what you got, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and blame Spawn for it taking this long to get Black Panther. I'm gonna go ahead and blame on Spawn in my closing thoughts. This because Michael Jai White, I guess at the time he was a big action hero, so if he couldn't do it, and Todd McFarlane with the best, character in comics at the time couldn't do it, then they just said, black people must just not be good for comics. And now here we are 20 years later, taking all of our lives to get a good one. So it's your fault, Spawn. So that's all I got for you. Hopefully this Black Panther movie, shatters all the records and we get way more, black-led films. But until then, stay vigilant. I'm out.
I thought you were just going to not even say that. I was like, you know what? Don't even stay vigilant, man. Just don't. They don't even do it. Charlie, closing thoughts, man.
Well, I'm sorry, everybody. We had to review this movie, but it's part of our history. So if we don't look at our history, we're gonna be doomed to fall again. So we had to do it. We did it for you, and you, all of you people. We took our lives. But anyways, let's go on. We got Black Panther coming next week. So excited, man! I'm so excited for this movie. Oh, you just don't know. We're gonna have a great show, but I'm probably only see this movie about 4 or 5 times. So the box office will take all my money. I think I have a nice pot of it just sitting here for this movie. But I'm excited about what's to come. So look out for us next week live at Frank Cinnabole for our Black Panther premiere party. So you guys take your time and get out there and support the movie and check our reviews out. All right, take care.
And once again, this has been your host, Rashad Waters. We're thankful to both of our co-hosts here, Charlie Taylor, Chuck Taylor, as he wants to be called. We no longer refer to him as Charlie. He's Double Deuce, Chuck Taylor, and Danny J. Quick. Thank you again for watching our video. Make sure you give it a like if you liked it. And remember, you got to subscribe to survive. This again has been yet another episode done very painfully of Color Commentary. Views from a different side. Peace.
And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to